I'm not even positive that today's State Department officials are really 100% that they have good knowledge of what this extended plan is. Very often what you find is that the architects of a multi-decade plan die and they don't teach their successors what the actual strategy was.
When Saddam Hussein invaded Kuwait, did you think it was right that American boots were put on the ground to kick him out, given it wasn't a NATO country?
Kuwait, in some sense, is in part created as a block so that that Iraq would have the tiniest seafront. The creation, in some sense, of states by colonial powers or accidents of history. I think the problem here is that Saddam Hussein was an absolute brute. But he was a brute in a region in which one has to become brutish. It is astounding the extent to which many Iraqis who were relatively middle class and knew the difficulties of governing in that region viewed him as an absolute brute, but were appreciative of his efforts of keeping Iraq relatively secular. That's not to say that I'm a Saddam Hussein supporter, far from it. It's just to say that we keep communicating very strange things into these regions. For example, when I think it was George Herbert Walker Bush who told the Marsh Arabs in the south of Iraq to rise up and then got them slaughtered. We have to be very careful in our communications in incredibly different regions from our own.
But do you think it's really in America's national interest that Vladimir Putin could win in Ukraine, could just seize a vast chunk of that country and claim it as Russian, as he did with Crimea,